Hi, everyone. This is the Runner Group's 17.6 milestone kickoff video. I'm Gina and I'm here with Darren, and we're going to talk you through the iteration plan for Runner Core and fleet visibility. I'll start off with fleet visibility just to share what we're working on. Okay, so we're not shipping any new features this milestone, although we are doing a lot of work on our CI/CD analytics view, the new and improved one. And we're working on a lot of the stuff in the background to be able to actually display these new metrics, and answer some of the key questions that you have when you're monitoring your pipeline performance. In addition to that, as far as the UX work that we're looking at, we are going to come up with more of a visionary look at where CI Insights is going to go in the future. And hopefully that will give you a good concept of how all these little features that we're adding throughout the milestones will add up in the end and what the experience will be like. Okay, that's it for me. So I'll pass it to Darren.
Hey, thanks, Gina. Hey, everyone. I'll just share my screen really fast and just give you a quick overview of what we're doing of interest in Runner Core. Let me just zoom in because my screen might be a bit small. As always, in case you're interested, we do have direction pages, both for the fleet visibility category that Gina just covered, as well as the Runner Core category. You can find Runner Core here, and fleet visibility, it's fleet_visibility. The content will be reviewed and revised on the next few business days. So you land here, you can see the high level, the big picture, or the big ticket things that we're working on as we move into the next fiscal year. So this is the place you will start if you want to see the 20,000-foot view. This is our 17.6 Runner Group iteration plan. The one caveat was, as we were currently recording this video today, we are making some changes to this plan. We are moving things around because there's some work in 17.5 that did not complete, that's rolling over. So we might tweak some of the scope in terms of what you're currently seeing here on the screen. So this won't be the final scope, but again, if you go to the iteration plan on any given day, that will reflect the thinking at that point in time. But in terms of new features for Runner Core, the big thing I want to call everyone's attention to, which I'm super, super excited about, and this is some work that's been shepherded by Georgie, one of our senior runner engineers, for over a year, maybe 18 months now. And it's all around adding fault tolerance to the runner Kubernetes executors. So I will click to actually have this open. And this is really a feature that's super important to the value proposition of GitLab Runner on Kubernetes, and solves a really critical fundamental problem, especially for customers that are running millions and millions of GitLab CI/CD jobs per month on runners that are hosted on the Kubernetes platform. And one of the challenges that could sometimes occur is that when you deploy the runner, we deploy what's called the runner manager. Some other folks refer to the runner manager, which is not in our glossary, as a control plane, right? Because that's kind of the terminology that we use at Kubernetes. So the runner manager in Kubernetes lives in its own pod and its own sort of Kubernetes known as it's always online requesting work from GitLab. However, there are situations, especially in Kubernetes environment, where for whatever the reasons might be, you could lose the node on which that runner manager pod is hosted. And if that happens while that runner is processing hundreds or thousands of CI jobs, all of those jobs that are actively being processed on the Kubernetes environment at that point in time, they become orphaned, right? And so what you'll see happening on the GitLab UI side is that it will appear that the job is running until it eventually times out and nothing happens because the runner manager that was the control plane for those jobs is no longer there. And then what you also have, so you get orphan jobs in GitLab, right? And you get that UI thing, and you get, oh, the job times out, nothing happens. That's what happens on the GitLab side. So really horrible developer experience. You have to retry jobs, figure out what's going on. And even on your Kubernetes side, there's a bad experience as well, because depending on where your Kubernetes environment is hosted, and most customers, it's typically a public cloud platform. There's all these resources are actually continuously being used, or still being used, I should say, rather, on the Kubernetes environment. So it's a really bad situation. And so for many months, we kind of debated if we could actually effectively tackle this problem, because we're like, hey, well, what's the root cause of why that runner manager node is being evicted? But we decided, based on customer feedback, it's something that we had to tackle, and we're pretty close to having that solved based on George's work, having a first version of that ready to go for the runner, and specifically the attached strategy, which I won't go on this call. There's a whole bunch of docs that talks about the attached versus the exec strategy, but it's a really powerful feature. As far as I know, we're likely the only CI/CD agent solution that has this sort of like built-in fault tolerant capabilities, or will have this built-in fault tolerant capabilities on the Kubernetes environment. So this is as I like to say, in the weeds feature in the runner code base, but it's super, super important. And again, continues to extend or to highlight our heavy investment here in GitLab, and specifically the GitLab runner team, in terms of Kubernetes and what we can do on the Kubernetes ecosystem. So that's it for us. Back to you, Gina, to wrap up.
Awesome. Well, we're really excited for this upcoming milestone. And as always, if you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.